Mom's Sunday Breakfast by Rye Laser. Read by Wendell B. Harris, Jr.
The fire within and the fire without.
In a universe near, though not there and not here, to be clear, there are more universes in between your own ears. My mom would make breakfast for the beasts in her lair, some covered with skin, some covered with hair, or feathers, or scales, or fur, or frog, bear. She cooked breakfast with care. Though before she could serve it, we were caught unaware, and we all ended up, well, somewhere up there. But did we deserve it? Our planet, called Granite, was once covered with trees. Changed its name. Didn't planet. The name evolved naturally. When the trees became tinder, the planet's name changed to Cinder. I'd say, Cinder Mountain is hell's monstrous fountain. Dad ribbed, you're insane, though. It's called a volcano. Maybe one day we'll learn how it came to be that just one tree survived. Just our one family tree. Plus our pets' family branches, God's menagerie. Our home perched precariously on a low promontory. It was vulnerable variously by things inflammatory. In this tale, gregariously and gustatory. Planet Cinder, denuded of vegetation, grew sensitive to bioelectric vibration. In other words, life's changing emotions affected everything live, on land, in the sky, and the ocean. Life on Planet Cinder was often life-threatening. We had no way to hinder nature's natural reckoning. Did our family combustion spark Planet Cinder's eruption? I hope that my tale helps you avoid fire damps. If it does, then well done. By the way, call me Gramps. Mom's Sunday breakfast was routinely hellish. She'd beg us to rise, and we'd resist with great relish. That's why she'd erupt like our volcanic land. She'd cook, I'd disrupt family peace in a pan. I was snarky, sardonic. It's unrealistic to imagine you can bake familial love into cakes in a pan. A Google favorite ingredients won't coerce my obedience. As a child, it seemed like some sort of game. I thought resisting was cool, but it was just pretty lame. She said, think family, but I couldn't think it. It seemed forced, sentimental. Sunday breakfast? A trinket. I remember those Sundays. Orange, glowing, and early. Mom would jump up, step over the burly, shoo off the scaly, feed the feathered or furry. She'd prepare beetle juice in trilobite cups. Heat up sweet cactus syrup. Heat syrup up. Slice tiny eggs kept in briny egg kegs.
Pancakes. Please.
Griffin drools and shamelessly begs. Pungent vapor and gases thickened our morning. The quaking, a familiar forewarning. And lava, like an igneous boa constrictor, made family life a little bit stricter. Through a network of pipes, Dad tamed molten rock to our service. But no matter how careful, it still made me nervous. Mom adapted her kitchen with creative invention. To create family moments was her only intention. Cooking on magma without melting your pan. Mom boasted she'd mastered the art since Planet Cinder began. Needs focused attention, a cool head, steady hand. Fresh lava, you see, has temperature variation. Listen for crackling. Look for silica saturation, glowing red, steaming white. That's your pan-melting sludge. When it wants to wander, you just give it a nudge. If you get a wee burn, then you'll learn how to judge lava's behavior without holding a grudge. On Sundays, my rule was, let sleeping boys lie. Mom's rule was, join the family for breakfast or some boy could die. I liked hearing her call, knowing my slumber was fake. She'd begin very sweetly. Would you like a pancake? When I'd pretend not to listen, I'm sure that she wanted to send me to prison. Would you please, my sweet boys, arise and awake? I'd act drowsy and mumble, what a fine king I'd make. Mom would tap on my shoulder, give me a slight shake. Come on now, get up, wash your face, come to breakfast. I bantered, my crown is so heavy, I need lots of neck rest. Listen up, heinous highness. Mom's tone growing deeper. The queen of this queendom has decreed no late sleepers. That goes for you and your brother. Get up now. Get moving. You both can be obstinate. That's all that you're proving. Next, her blistering threats and deadline ultimatum. If you're not up in 2 seconds, these pancakes, you'll hate them. They'll be cold, they'll be dry, they'll be soggy and clammy, they'll stink like old bones cooked in venomous clam pee. Ugh. They'll be odorous, rotten, chewy, and thick, oozing with slime and hard as a brick. Well, that didn't fly, nor did I to the table. So, Mom whipped up this insanely grim fable. One day, you'll be sorry for making me do this. I'll force this feast down your throat, and I'll make you chew this. Wait, what was that sound? Who has the hubris to scoff at their mother with the sound of a rude hiss? Feuding boys? Coiled reptiles? This time, I'll exclude sis. It doesn't matter. They're all delicious. Bad boys stew, python cake. The first course will be human and the second course snake. Then I'll fricassee every critter in sight. Fried horny toad, baked eyelash mite, poached snickering bat, scorpion salad topped with salamander and rat. The queen commands you to eat every pet if it kills thee. Mom, you're sick. You're demented. But I'd love deep-fried snake meat. How about your deceased jerboa? I've no problem exhuming. No, look, I'm up. See how fast I am zooming? I hate to admit it, but I kind of enjoyed watching Mom lose it, seeing her get annoyed. I never imagined I could drive her berserk. I found out Mom had her limits when I behaved like a jerk. Brother said, without budging, I'm zooming. Mom wasn't ticked, piqued, or irked. Mom was fuming. I pulled up the covers. The griffin came to my rescue. She wounded him slightly. You're next on the menu. Dad rolled up his sleeve, showing muscle and sinew, but without any pause, Mom's thunder continued.
Don't make me force you. Don't cause me more strife. I'll make you get up if it costs me your life.
But Mom, I protested, we're enjoying our ease. It's Sunday. Why shouldn't we do as we please? She pronounced. Because we are family, and family means other. It means you must be with father, sister, and brother. We have to spend time together, you cuss. You must learn all about what it means to be us. But I hate him, I hollered as I hurled a reptile at my brother, who threw back the reptile projectile. Then Mom got hotter than even the griddle. Dad got stuck like a statue, dead in the middle. Sister cried, Mom, calm down. Don't you know they're just kidding? Mom roared, Stand back! I'll make them do my bidding! I'll teach them to love one another, or else! Then, from the kitchen, a low sizzling grew higher. A cloud of smoke was disgorging. The situation was dire, like the time Cinder Mountain set the world on fire. Fire! The lesson had ended, not because things got mended, not because Mom decided that we were not learning, but because in the kitchen all the food was now burning. Dad ran amok, trying to smother the fire. While they battled the pancakes, little sister, the crier, cried at me. Now look what you've done. I knew there was nowhere to hide or to run. No breakfast that Sunday. Life felt crummy and awful. No pancakes or eggs. Then Brother asked for a waffle. I couldn't believe it. I looked at him once and growled through clenched teeth. What are you, a dunce or a twit or a nitwit or a half-witted runt? This all started with your dumb, dim-witted stunt. Boom! The house shuddered, the birds flew, reptiles scurried, sister screamed, doors blew open, Mom rushed out. I was worried. Dad took charge, looking harried. He pointed, we hurried.
Better run, or be buried in a fiery fury.
Dad urged us uphill. The sky was suddenly dark. In his no-nonsense drill, he said, Get in the ark. Mom had the balloon ready. Okay, let's embark. Eat this dung beetle bar. You can share it, Dad barked. This ride could get rough. Hold on tight. On my mark. 1, 2, 3. With a snap of his fingers, he created a spark. Lit the gravium gas. Gently up went the ark. Over home. Red-veined land, over seething hot seas full of snakes that love fire, the way you love a cool breeze, over dragons and drawbridge, over Griffin, my friend, over home. I kept thinking again and again as I chewed on my portion, a green, gritty putty. I thought family life's a distortion in this family. Plain nutty. I bet they want my apology. Well, that's not fair. That's extortion. It's the volcano and Brother's fault. It's the thermal torsion. It's a universal assault. See? I have no mental contortion. Oh, I'm always to blame. I'm the kid in the stew kid. Turn up the flame. I'm the soon-to-be brood kid. So there I was, brooding. I'm the worst of the brood kid. Brother jabbed me sharp in the ribs. You're maximum stupid. Low and slowly we coasted. baked by seaward convection. Pretty soon, we'd be roasted without change of direction.
Exploding!
Through lava lunged a great magma eel, then another and more to make us their meal. The ark was shaking and grumbling, but I couldn't tell, was it Mom, the volcanoes, or some new kind of hell? A sudden eruption of hydrogen sulfide blew us upwards, thank God, just in time. What a ride. But the stench, oh, the stink. It got even worse. Must be cursed. And so odd, like Brussels sprouts and bad eggs and burnt lycopods. The volcanoes heaved up, pyroclasts and hot ash. Lava gushed like blood from a terrible gash. Distant wailing of animals burning and shrieking freaked me out, but I didn't shout, "Hey, I'm freaking." Gasping, we drifted up, where clean air was abundant. Brother casually coughed. Shouldn't sister be whining? I don't hear any whining. Am I being redundant? Little sister! We shouted, confused and confounded. I was frozen with terror that she could be found dead. The only safe place was in the sky in our ark. Had Sis fallen out? Our silent horror was stark. Was Sis burnt to a crisp without even a squeal? Nothing left but a wisp or gobbled up by an eel? Oh my God, this is life. Holy lava, it's real. Dad said,
We must descend in our search near the dangerous mire.
But the thermal winds were too fierce and our ark was blown higher. One drip. Then another, splashed on my head. I looked up to see clouds, but what I saw instead was my little sister. And she wasn't dead. She was horribly scared and shaking with dread. So it was her tears that fell on my head. It was hard for her, climbing down through the rigging, because of the wind which was zagging and zigging. How did you get up there? I asked her. She said, with poise and panache. Her face, though, was red. I'm braver than you. I'm a fearless biped. I carried her down, calmed her fears, eased her dread. Mom knelt down to embrace her, much relieved, arms outspread. I want to go home, Sister sobbed, to my bed. Everything is all right, Mom cooed. You're not dead. You need food. Eat this sweet carbonized crust of millipede bread. Many slow hours passed. It was getting near dusk. Our only repast, crumbs of beetle bar rusk. Dad navigated towards home by flashes of lightning. Crimson slags forked around it. Looked to me deadly frightening. I felt like a mome. My gut began tightening, while everyone else's mood began brightening. Dad winked reassuringly. His deep voice was instructive.
Volcanoes are not only hot and destructive. Hot lava cools, and it's rich and productive. So even anger can be constructive.
Guilt blasted my heart, ripping open a rift like a magnitude 9 tectonic shift. Two things emerged from this miasmic crevasse. One was me, cool and composed of obsidian glass. Then another me boiled up, made of egotistical gas. One gently, one scorching, were scolding themselves with scalding thoughts about being poached and brined, jarred and shelved. Warm water drops fell fell from cruelly chuckling thunder. Mom looked wrecked, her clothes and hair all asunder. Dad sweat to keep our craft homeward bound.
Everyone pray we're not fried or drowned.
The glass inner me urged, "Kid, fix this blunder." The gas enemy taunted,
"Kid, you're a dunder."
We drew closer to home. It was circled by fire. We could feel the heat. Cinder bled acrid ire. A bolt of lightning backlit the griffin on his favorite spire. In the air was the bittersweet smoke from Mom's pancake pyre. We landed, at last, near our reliable spring. We drank the cool water, listened to griffins sing. Not sing exactly, it was half a roar, half a screech. He lion leapt skyward and hovered over the beach. He caught 3 pterodactyls, dragged them through flames that sheared the black hills, dropped them near, called our names. His wingspan was immense. His feathers rippled and stiffened. He swelled up his chest and then began riffing.
Magical dactyls of how I hunted down dinner. I caught 3 pterodactyls. Now dinner's a winner. All it needs from someone is a smidgen contrition to turn these foul beasts into soul food nutrition. This, I think, will be good for our vicissitudes. And with that, let's eat up. Griffin's Riffin concludes.
Sister, brother, and I ate the best of the chest. Mom, the wings. Dad, the legs. Griffin ate all the rest. After eating, I wandered along the seashore, saw my 2 reflections, and swore, never more. From now on, just one me, no more diabolical plotter. Then, magically, 2 reflections became 1 in the water. Splash! An ichthyosaur stared in my direction, which was very strange, yet I felt a connection. It fed a fish to its young ichthyosaur. Mom was right. Well, of course, what I'm feeling is something I've heard called remorse. And what's more, family breakfast might prevent family war. I finally got it, that family's important, and decided to give up selfish mischief and torment. The next Sunday morning, I got up early. I got washed, I got dressed, brushed my teeth white and pearly. I fed all the dragons, repaired the drawbridge and truss, dressed the wound on the griffin, and cleaned out the pus. Then, while everyone else was in bed soundly sleeping, I made towers of pancakes, with no lava leaking, with nobody shouting, no animals shrieking. The batter was perfect, an aroma deluxe. I felt giddy and happy. This will work. Found the crux. When I flipped my pancakes, the world flipped too. From bad kid to aw shucks. Then I felt eyes were watching me. Who was there slyly peeping? Every creature had wakened and towards me came creeping. A family of magpies actually said, "What the heck?" And my buddy the griffin bellowed, "Oh!"
All hands on deck.
3 crows, like bent trumpets, squawked, squawked, and cawed. The kookaburra laughed staccato. The kestrel, like a leaky balloon, squeaked its squeaky tune till it squeaked its craw-raw. The dignified owl, with restraint, cheered, "Hoorah!" All the rest seemed transfixed in peaceful communion, and I saw that my family was a magnificent union. Then the world arrived, amazed at my table, brother, sister, and father, and our dead Auntie Mabel, on whom something was chewing, it looked like a sable. Crawlers and jumpers and all that were able climbed on top of each other, and this pet pyramid was surprisingly stable. All were viewing and mewing, but not one bit of violence. All gathered together in reverent silence. There was Mom, happy, thrilled what her family was reaping. Dad twirled her round, then she stood very still, and I saw she was weeping. "What a lovely surprise! You've made breakfast," she sniffed, with tears in her eyes. Every creature that morning held claws and paws with each other, but the best thing of all was the look that I saw on the face of my mother. She beamed. "Oh, thank you for cooking. Now, let us all dine in peace from now on without a groan or a whine." "Amen," said my sister. "Pass the butter," said Dad. He kissed Mom on the cheek. Still, I felt kind of sad for all of the other times I had caused so much trouble. Dad asked, "What's wrong?" I said, "It's just a gas bubble." But Mom knew I was sorry, and her smile then doubled. Now, I'm a grandfather, and Mom's passed away. But the hair on the back of my neck still stands up on Sunday. While I'm making breakfast for my grandkids still sleeping, I feel that Mom's ghost might be here, slyly peeping. I can remember her voice soft with music. "Eat your pancakes, don't gulp, chew." In Mom talk, you know that she means, "I love you." Mom's Sunday breakfast still brings my family together, whether or not mountains rumble, whether it's hell or fine weather. Here's a great way that is very persuasive to encourage your family when they are evasive. To help them get up, use my dad's rotten trick. If they're late for their pancakes, serve them a brick. That's right. No, not really. It's just fun to end on a rhyme. So, if breakfast goes wrong, you make it next time. That's Mom's family prescription to avoid family fraction. When there's family confliction, you can take action. The end. Thank you for listening to Mom's Sunday Breakfast. This is Wendell B. Harris Jr., recorded at Reel to Reel Productions, Fenton, Michigan, by Marshall Block. This ebook with audio was engineered and designed at Ugly Dog Digital, St. Cloud, Minnesota, by Eric Christopher. This is a Wonderstrands World book. Come visit us online at wonderstrands.world, where you will find fun, book-based merchandise for your family. I wish your family a very happy breakfast. Anything you would like to add, Griffin?
Pancakes, please.